It was started in what year?
1890. This building is 126 years old. It was originally the Kansas City Liquor House. It's been a Salvation Army hotel. I mean, this building has a lot of love, a lot of good ghosts, and a lot of history. So, but believe me, when we started, it was falling down, literally almost falling down. So, and look how pretty it is. You want to come in and check it out?
Absolutely, we do. Let's walk in and check it out. Hi, I'm Chris Dallin with The Long Way Home, and we're here at Roosters on downtown 25th Street in Ogden, Utah. We understand that there's a lot of soul, there's a lot of love, and some great beer. Come on in and check out some great people that have put a lot of love and a lot of excitement into Roosters Brewing Company, downtown Ogden on your long way home. Tell us a little bit about you and the passion behind creating such a great, iconic place.
Okay. Well, we consider ourselves the community gathering space, and that was our idea from the get-go. We wanted to be a community gathering space first and a restaurant second, and that is what has happened. And I actually worked in the restaurant business growing up and through college, and I worked at the first year that Squatters opened was my last year of college, and those guys have been great mentors to me.
Tell us why you come to Roosters.
Well, we come to Roosters because it's really the soul of Ogden. We moved here in 1996, and they had just opened, and really they're the pioneers on 25th Street.
This building literally was falling down when we started. And so back in the 50s, I guess they put plaster over every bit of this beautiful brick. And so anywhere where you see exposed brick, literally we chiseled away the plaster. I mean, it looked nothing like this.
I would say we probably come, 2 to 3 to 4 times a month. Sometimes for brunch, sometimes for dinner, sometimes for a quick beer after work.
You're a brewmeister. Is that what they call folks like you? Is that right?
Yeah, brewer, brewmeister, any of the above works. So,
how does one learn how to brew beer, and you do soda too? I understand, right?
Yeah, how I became a brewer and whatnot was gotten interested at an early age when I started working here and whatnot. Found the process really interesting, and started doing my own research on it, and then started homebrewing with some friends and whatnot, and then the rest is history. Pretty much tried out for my job, ended up getting it, and here we are 4 years later, and love what I'm doing and enjoying the beers I'm making. I
would say that Roosters was a catalyst to help the 25th Street thing happen. So it took a lot of guts.
At the time, on historic 25th Street, which is this just bright, bubbly street now, there was not a lot going on. There was 1 or 2 businesses, but yet you could feel the bones of what was here. What came out of this building is just amazing from what we started with.
Pretty much what we're trying to do here is we're breaking up the grain, the hull, and all that, so that we can get to all this good starch and all that.
So you break the endosperm, and so you can get to the stuff in between. Yeah.
Precisely. So what we're going to attempt to do downstairs is convert all the starches into sugars and whatnot using hot water. Just a couple different procedures, and then we'll have our first step to making beer.
Our patio, which is beautiful now, was just a big, muddy dirt floor. There used to be a building right here, and if you look, you can see where the other building was. I mean, these were all buildings. So that one was taken out. So this was just a big mud thing. And we would shovel out from the ceiling into dump trucks that would go away, take it, come back, fill it up again with all that plaster and lath. The stories of what we pulled out of here, little, opium bottles in the walls, and, just kind of little treasures that, just a lot has happened in this building.
I've been here 10 years now, so 10 years coming downtown, 25th Street, I think, if I could be corrected, but I think at the time that's when it was really making its comeback. And Roosters was just one of those spots. It was a real meeting place, a real hangout. this was just the place to come.
We have a lot of stories. The ghost hunters have come through there, and they say that there's 3 ghosts that live here, like a girl in the basement, a man upstairs, and sometimes, yeah, they'll be working upstairs and they'll hear things. And there's no like mean stories, but they've heard voices, like our cute little, cleaning lady in the morning when she's here by herself, like. And she's like, what? And it seems like it's mostly up on the 3rd floor in the office and in the basement.
Every time someone comes to town to visit us, we come to Roosters. It's just sort of speaks of what Ogden is. It's fun, it's vibrant. There's the fun beer, fun names, and people love it.
What we do here is once we have all our grain milled upstairs, we open up a little chute right there with just a little gate, and then we send in really hot water over the top of it. It mixes in. The whole time we're stirring like crazy. Want to make sure that every piece of grain gets saturated, and then we let it sit in here for 45 minutes, letting all those starches convert into sugars and all that delicious goodness.
So then it comes over here.
Yep. So then it comes up into our brew kettle, and we'll fill this up to 8.5 barrels of that wort, of that sweet wort and whatnot. So we'll get that up to boiling. As soon as it gets up to boiling, we'll add in our first hop. Every half hour after that, generally add another hop. And we'll let that boil for about an hour and a half. And during that whole process, we boil off about 3/4 of a barrel. So we boil off about 22, 23 gallons, a very rigorous boil. After we're done pumping it through the heat exchangers and whatnot, we're pumping up into one of these fermenters right here. We'll add yeast in about 2 minutes into the pumping and all that, so that it can mix in really well while we're continuing pumping. And then we let it sit.
And that's it.
Yep, minus sending it down to one of our serving tanks for carbonation, and then from the serving tank comes out the taps. So.
All right, that's great. So what advice would you have for someone that is young and entrepreneurial and wants to change the world like you have, Kim?
Well, it's exciting.
What advice would you have?
Show up. If you ask me, and I've talked to groups and college kids and women and all, business groups and all of this, but literally it is just the value of showing up. Just show up, get invested. Like, I'll say this for the employees that work for us. I'm like, learn everything you can from us while you're here, and then take that to what you do next.
I love coming to Ogden. I'm here about 6 or 7 times a year for 20 to 30 days, and I love coming to Roosters when we're here. It's a great place. I ride my bike here, and then I park it in the lobby and come in and eat a great meal.
We come because everyone in our family can find something that they love on the menu. We love the breakfast burrito for brunch. The eggs bandito is also another favorite. You can't order the wrong thing at Roosters.
So brunch at Roosters, absolutely amazing. Chili verde omelet, home fries, some great bread. We look forward to digging in. Great stuff, great people, and good food. So take the time on your long way home to check it out and find out a little bit more about your community.